am Shubhlakshmi, guest faculty in Computer Science Department, GFGC, Tenkanadiyuru, Udupi. I am presenting Java classes online for 6th semester BSc students. So today we are going to see about AWT controls and layout managers of Unit 4. Welcome to my class. Unit 4, Chapter 2, using AWT controls, layout managers and menus. What is AWT? AWT is Abstract Window Toolkit. So these AWT controls are labels, buttons, checkboxes, checkbox group, etc. etc. This AWT supports graphical user interface. Actually, this Java in Windows, we have Windows based GUI programs, graphical user interface, which is supported by this AWT. Means this AWT class has a lots of methods that can support this window based GUI. So what it does is that help you or allow you to create and manage windows. We have seen so many GUI programs. We can see that forms, buttons, labels, we have everything, text field and all. So how you can manage this, where you have to place this. We don't have a designing form in Java like VB. So we won't have a design phase. So we will be using this AWT and we are creating GUI programs of two types. One is AWT based applet and another one is Swing, which is always known as the lightweight thing. We'll see about Swing later. We'll see about this AWT controls in this chapter. So we'll go one by one. So first one is labels. See, a label is an object. Everything we are going to use is an object. Okay, it may be a source, it may be an object. A label is an object of type label and it contains a string which displays. Okay, string means the text. In VB we will call this as a text field of that object or the component. So here it is a label and it is an object and it displays the string or the name of the label. Labels are passive controls that do not support any interaction with the user. That you know, so passive support or controls, they do not support any interaction. So we can't click it, we can't do any event upon that. So what are the three constructors used to construct a label is label, empty constructor and label string str, and one more thing is label string str and integer how, int how. So what is this? Actually we have a label for constructor. Here we have throws headless exception. Headless exception happens when an attempt is made to instantiate a GUI component in a non-interactive environment. Actually, all these components are implemented or instantiated in an interactive environment only. We have prepared these components to work in an interactive environment only. So whenever we don't have this environment or a non-interactive environment is there, then this headless exception is thrown. So we are not including that here. So label throws headless exception. Let us see one by one. The first version creates a blank label. You have seen the first version of label. It creates a blank label. Second version creates a label and contains a string specified by the str. So first a string, it will be the name of the label or the text of the label which is visible. The third version creates a label that contains the string specified by str using alignment specified by how. So the value of how must be one of these three constants: label.left, label.right or label.center. So we have some few methods on these labels. So what we can do with labels is void set text. This is the format of that set text method with the string str as parameter. So string get text is another format. Okay, next this for set text str specifies the new label. So set text means whatever you give a name here, it will be set as the text of the text part of the label. Get text will help you get the what the current label value is or what the current label name is, text is. So for alignment of the text, we will be doing these three things or the following. Void set alignment int how. So we are going to align, we can align however we wish. So left, right or center. So we can get the alignment also. Next one is control is button. A push button is a component that contains a label and generates an event when it is pressed. Here we have some difference than the label control. Label cannot generate any event. Here we can generate event. A push button is a component that contains a label and it can generate event when it is pressed. So clicking like action we can do on this. So button string str is the format we are going to see, or the constructor. The first version creates an empty button. The second version as usual is going to have the label or the text part of the button it has. Okay. So after a button has been created, you can set its label value by calling set label. So here is a method you can call set label. You can retrieve its label by calling get label also. So by set label format we can have the value to be set as the name of the label. By get label method we can get what the value we have already set for the label. So handling buttons, each time the button is pressed, an action event is generated. Each listener implements the action listener interface. So I have told you any control or a source which is going to create an action or create an event should have a listener and an interface, which is here action listener interface, and it should be registered under that control. Okay, so listener implements action listener interface. That interface defines the action performed method, which is called an event occurs. Whenever an event occurs, this action performed method is defined. This method is present in this abstract class or the interface action listener interface. So action event object is supplied as an argument to this method. In mouse handling events we have seen mouse event is an object presented mouse event is an object. Mouse event is an object that is supplied as an argument. Here also we have an action event that is supplied as an argument to this method. Or it contains both a reference to a button that generated the event and a reference to the string that is the label of the button. So it has a reference. This action event object has a reference to one the button and another the string or the label text. Okay, so all the examples we will see later. So applying checkboxes. So you know very well about checkboxes. What is a checkbox? So this is a checkbox and you will be having a square. Checkbox can be checked or it can be left as such. So unchecked or checked boxes. A checkbox is control that is used to turn an option on or off. You will be selecting either yes or no to generate yes or no, and it consists of a small box that can either contain a check mark or not, or these things are very basic. And there is a label associated with each checkbox that describes what option the box represents. As usual, every object or a control has a text field. So here is also a text field that is a label associated with each text box. You can change the state of the checkbox by clicking on it. So whenever you are going to click the checkbox, it will change the state to marked or unmarked. So checkboxes can be used individually or as a part of group. So we can give a checkbox, we can separately use a checkbox, or we can use a checkbox group in our window programming, I mean graphical user programming. So checkbox methods are to create constructor which creates the checkbox whose label is initially blank. So in here we won't tell what the label is, we will give the name later. So checkbox string str is going to have the label or what it should display on the form, so on the console. So what it will display, sorry, not on the console, checkbox string str which will be displayed on the GUI interface. So creates a checkbox whose label is specified by str. Whatever name you are going to give here will appear near the checkbox as its label name. So checkbox string str boolean on. So if on is true, the checkbox is initially checked, otherwise it is cleared or unchecked. Checkbox string str boolean on checkbox group CB group. So here CB group mentions the checkbox group. So string str is as usual the checkbox name. Boolean on mentions whether the checkbox is checked or unchecked. So it is on means checked. Then checkbox group CB group, it mentions which group or it is present in a group. Okay, CB group might be the name of the group. So whose group is specified by CB group. If this checkbox is not a part of group, then CB group must be null. So if we keep that last parameter of this checkbox constructor null, then it says that this string will not belong to, or it is not, I'm sorry, this checkbox is not belonging to the any group. So checkbox str string str checkbox group CB group boolean on is another format of this. The fourth and fifth forms create a checkbox whose label is specified by str and whose group is specified by CB group. If it is kept as null, then it is not a part of a group. To retrieve the current state of a checkbox, so we have some methods to retrieve at what state this checkbox is present. So retrieve the current state, we can do it with a method called getState. To set its state, call setState function. So you can obtain the current label with getLabel. Also we can get this state means either it is marked or unmarked, checked or unchecked we can get, and here we can get the label if present, otherwise we can give a label with setLabel method. Boolean getState, this is the format to write getState, and void setState boolean on. This means your button is on. String getLabel, so whatever the function getLabel will return a string name of the label. Void setLabel string str, here the parameter str will set the name of the label. Handling checkboxes, so each time a checkbox is selected, deselected, an item event is generated. Okay, so checkbox is selected, then it shows selected or it is selected, otherwise it is unchecked. Each listener implements the item listener interface. Here, as in button we are using action listener interface, here we are using item listener interface. Same thing, that interface defines the item state changed method. Here we are going to use a method item state change which is defined under the item listener interface. This interface has this method. So an item event object as usual is applied in the argument to this method. So next one is checkbox group. It is possible to create a set of mutually exclusive checkboxes. What is mutually exclusive checkboxes? If you create one is selected, then others will be deselected. Okay, this is known as a type of radio button. So mutually exclusive checkboxes in which only one checkbox in the group can be checked at any one time. To create a set of mutually exclusive checkboxes, you must first define the group to which they will belong, and then specify the group. If you're going to do such checkbox group, then you have to define the group and then specify that group when you construct the checkboxes. Okay, you have to specify the group name when you construct the checkboxes. Checkbox groups are objects of type checkbox group. You can determine which checkbox in a group is currently selected by calling get selected checkbox. So whenever you call this get selected checkbox, you will find which checkbox is currently selected in the group. You can set a checkbox by calling set selected checkbox. So you can set specific checkbox by using this method. Checkbox get selected checkbox. So these are the formats we are using. One, set selected checkbox, checkbox which. So which is going to be set selected, that we have to mention here. Here checkbox get selected checkbox. Here which is the checkbox that you want to be selected. Okay. Later we will see the examples, programming examples. Choice controls. If you are introduced with HTML programming, it is like an option, select option. So choice class is like drop down list. In any Windows forms, you would have seen the drop down list with a box like this or a text field like this, and at the end you can see a small inverted triangle. Whenever you touch the triangle, your drop down list will be shown fully, and then from that you will be choosing any one. So choice class is same, is used to create a pop-up list of items from which the user may choose. When inactive, a choice component takes up only enough space to, only one thing will be shown when it is not dropped, or when the inverted triangle is not pressed, it will show at a time only one option which is already selected or currently selected. Then if you press that inverted triangle, it will pop up and show the list, whole list of the choices available, and you can make a new selection too. To add a selection to the list, call add item or add. So these are the two methods to add the items to the list. Void add item string name, void add string name. It is the format. So to determine which item is currently selected, some methods are there to check which item is currently selected: get selected item or get selected index. Both the things are there. It is a form string and it is some number. Okay, index will be from 0, 1, 2 like that. How many items are there, it will be index number will be generated accordingly. So get selected item is the name or the label or the string format which we are going to give for that item. So string get selected item, int get selected index. See, get selected item is always having a return type like string, and this is having a return type with integer, as integer. To obtain the number of items in the list, call get item count. So total number of the list, if you require, you have to write this get item count. So this will return the value or the number of items present in the list. You can set the currently selected item using select method with either a zero based integer index or a string that will match the name of the list. So get int get item count. Void select int index. Void select string name. So select can have either a number or a string name. Select int index or string name. Anyway, you can select, either you mention some number of the index or you mention the name of the particular item. You can select the items present. So given an index, you can obtain the name associated with the item also at that index by calling get item. String get item int index. If I write this function or a method, it will return the label belonging to this index. If I have a list and at the position 0 I have added something like mouse, and at the position 1 I have added some keyboard, and position 2 I have added monitor, then string get item will return, string get item of 1 will return me the keyboard. The answer is the keyboard for this function. So with the index you will get back the string of label name.